Welcome to RoxTalks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. And today the topic is the word coachable, or really the problem with being coachable. Can't wait to dive into this with you. Some of you are probably going, that word. It's a common word we use in network marketing. And I want to debunk the strength and the power of it just today. So we're going to dive in just one moment. Good news. 2021 is around the bend. I'm not trying to wish away time, but I do encourage you to get ready for the new year. 2020 has been a little bit long. That's why I want to invite you to grab and pick up something very fantastic. It's your 2021 engagement templates. I've put together templates to help you through each and every month of next year on Facebook, on Instagram, stories, and your posts to give you the type of help and the push you need to really know what type of things to put out there to engage your clients and to take out the guesswork of actually having to create the images. If you'd like to check it out, go to socialstoriesmembership.com/2021 and you can get in on the goodness. All right, so we're going to dive into the word coachable, or really the danger of that word coachable. What's so wrong with coachable? Coachable is something that you probably have heard, you probably use as a network marketer, but you probably heard it right when you were starting to or thinking about joining your network marketing company and or right after you joined it. Basically, and part of the pitch is as long as you're coachable, you can be successful at this. Have you ever heard that? Have you ever said it? I've heard it and said it. And I don't like the word coachable. Because coachable is used as a sword, and I don't think it should be. Let me just start. It is a relief when you start to hear like, oh, all I have to do is listen to you. And if I listen and I try and I don't close off my head and my brain, I can make this happen. That's great. That's really telling people and saying like, if you give something a chance and you give it your all, you can do it. Not just say, I can't. But here's what I've found. The word coachable has become a word used by corporate and used by uplines as really a reason to keep people in line. Like truly make us all lemmings. Well, you need to be coachable. And coachable means you need to send out 100 messages, make a list of 200 and reach out to all of them and spew these cut and paste messages. Coachable means that if something happens, like if something goes wrong and maybe a product doesn't come out or whatever it may be, you need to make sure that you are just as positive as possible and just do what you're supposed to do. Coachable means that if a new feature or a new special comes out from corporate, even if it doesn't fall in line with your actual brand, you got to be coachable. So you got to make sure you're putting it out there and you're promoting it. Do you see what I'm saying? Seeing that, what I'm showing you there? Being coachable has become lose your brain and just do whatever we say. Like forget that you have anything at all that makes you unique, that makes you smart, that makes you capable, and just do what we say. That is so dangerous on so many different levels. First of all, it's dangerous because I really believe that when you do network marketing, it is like some life coach. Like you learn a lot about yourself. Like it puts a mirror in front of you and you have to deal with all of the things. And so if you're being taught or told to be coachable, you have to listen to what everyone else is saying. It actually causes you to disregard your God-given strengths, to disregard your ability to discern, to critically think, to be able to assess things. It takes all of that out of the equation, and that is a dangerous, dangerous thing. It also removes any ability for us to think like a CEO, because a CEO is never someone who's being coachable and just loses their brain. This does not mean you don't take advice from a coach or you don't listen. It means that you take it, you think about it from every single angle and view, and then you make a decision based on your brand and who you're reaching out to and what you've experienced in the past. It always boggles my mind when I see, and I can literally telegraph it, and I mean that in the nicest way, but I can literally see when corporate announces something, when network, I'm like, T-minus 5 seconds, you're going to see it all over all of these social media platforms from all these network marketers in the business. And half of the time what they're saying doesn't make sense or doesn't even work with their brand. And then they come to me all confused. Like, I just don't like, and I have to just, I take you through some critical thinking so you can ask yourself, what is the best decision for you? I mean, here's a great example. When your company comes out with anywhere from 3 to 8 to 10 holiday specials, you're probably being coached and taught to promote them all, right? Make sure you promote them all because someone might want one of them. And so you do that and you become just this noise. It doesn't even make sense. You might actually look at these specials and know darn well that your target market is only going to want one of them. So why are you spending your time promoting all the others? It doesn't make sense. You're doing that because you feel like you have to be coachable and do whatever corporate comes up with. What you need to remember about corporate is this. Corporate is catering to you and a plethora of other people with other brands and other target markets, personal brands and target markets. So just because they put something out does not mean it's for you. If you're someone who likes to sell, and you really are not interested in growing a team, and let's say corporate puts out some type of nugget or a special that is really catered to pushing and encouraging people who want to grow a team. So then you just feel like, I want to get that thing. You don't even care about the activity to get there. Or I feel like I have to because everyone's making a big deal out of it. So you start pivoting from who you actually are to do whatever to get that carrot. And then you'll lose yourself. And then you'll feel weird about what you're doing. And you're not even doing the part of your network marketing that gives you joy. It is important to know and understand how to do all aspects. I'm not saying that. But you have to remember why you started this business, what your goals are, what you enjoy, and who you're talking to. And if you're being coachable, I got news for you. The people telling you to be coachable are not directing that message specifically to you. They're directing it to the entire group. And so what they're saying may not apply to you. Coachable also means, like, when you think about another example, when you think about your upline or whomever's the top of the top QRSV in the company who's telling you to do certain things for your business, she or he is not telling you that focused on specifically you. She's doing, or he is doing that based on the masses and the thing that she wants you to achieve and accomplish. But what if that's not what you're there for? What if that's not what you're there to accomplish? It boggles my mind, but it doesn't. I mean, I get it. It just drives me nuts when I see certain things where I'm like, okay, but you're doing that and saying that because of what you want to occur, not necessarily what's best for the network marketers on your team. But here's what you need to know. It's not on them to discern that. It's on you. It's on you to say coachable means I'm listening, but it doesn't mean I'm just going to do without thinking it through. Coachable means it's my brand that and my integrity that's on the line. So I'm going to conduct business to make sure I fall in line with that, not on what they want me to do. Not to say that they're doing it, it's telling you to do anything that doesn't have integrity, but you understand what I'm saying. Now, I may sound a little preachy, so let me go backwards one second and tell you that when I joined network marketing, I too was like, awesome, coachable, just do what they say, business in a box, and I can be successful. Fantastic. Because frankly, I had been running my entire life working hard using my brain, not like figuring out how to do the newest thing, figuring out how to be the best. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is something where I don't have to do all that. Okay, let's do this. Let's try this. And I did. And I won't lie to you, I had great success. I was soon in the top 3% of all network marketing companies. So I was doing awesome, but I was not happy. It was not filling me up. I was finding that I was actually very unhappy and I was sacrificing things that I didn't want to sacrifice, time with my family, with the little time I got with my family. I was just doing the do and doing it like blindly when I'm like, that's not how I would actually say those things. That's not what I would actually post. I would actually have these conversations. I don't want to have to go into every room thinking that's someone who could be a potential business partner or someone who's going to buy a product from me. Like, not interested. And so I had to take a step back and forget about belonging, forget about making everybody else happy, and ask myself, Roxanne, you have a background. You actually have knowledge that you've turned off to just do what you're being told to do. But let's step back for a second. 5 years in home shopping. You were the director of sales and programming and the top host during those 5 years. Are you kidding me? You did radio. You have a business degree. You're on The Apprentice. You know business. You know social media. Why are we turning all that off to just be coachable? Because what makes me unique is my experiences, my personal experiences. And if I shut those off and the knowledge that I have from those, I'm becoming a lemming. And what is wrong with becoming a lemming? No one's interested in a lemming. Listen, what's the difference between me shopping from you, the lemming, then another lemming, than anywhere I work, worship, or work out between where I work, right? And home, or going to Amazon? Nothing differentiates that at all. We run the risk when you spend time trying to be so coachable and just go, yep, everything makes sense, even when it doesn't, even when like, that doesn't make sense. Like, it is okay to critically think. It is okay to actually critique something and say, hey, that wasn't a very good plan, or that wasn't great. That doesn't take away from your positivity or your belief in something. But when we look, and sometimes I'm going to call you out, we idolize these people in our network marketing companies and believe that just because they were there first or before you or went faster, that they know what the heck they're talking about. I got news. They don't. Don't just assume that. You know how to be the best you. You know how to get your personal brand out there. You know how to grow. Don't expect that they just know it, and don't expect that you be disagreeing with it or changing it up means you're not coachable. Are there certain foundational things that you can learn and be coachable about? Absolutely. But once you've learned those, you have got to find yourself in all this. In Social Stories, I do not teach people to be lemmings. I teach people to become the CEOs of them and their business, not glorified salespeople, which is also being a lemming. I teach and empower network marketers to be able to look at every single situation as a CEO and critically think about it and make decisions. And I have to tell you, it's just been so exciting to see that the freedom they get, and wow, I do know things and I can. And now that I understand social media, thank you, Roxanne, I can take that and with my network marketing company and really, really form my own personal brand and really grow my business and my volume based on that. It is a powerful thing. And watching, because holiday times always has some things going on. It's holidays, right? Holidays, this is the time for network marketers. And so there's all things happening, whether it's your upline throwing something at you or corporate or whatever it may be. And I'm watching them critically make decisions so well, analyzing their decisions that they're making to grow their business and not just going with the wind of what someone else tells them to do. It's a fantastic thing. So my point today is to tell you right now that if you are sitting there on your hands because you just feel weird about something, but you're really trying to be coachable because your so-and-so said you to be coachable and you think that's the way to be, I want you to get off of your hands and start using them. Start allowing yourself to analyze, to critically think about things, and to make decisions based on your brand and your target market. Stop believing all of the things that are just told to you. Stop believing that, for example, your target market is everyone. Stop believing that. That is a lie. It's not true. It is totally false, patently false. I don't care what network marketing company you're with. Stop believing that your business is one that's a business in a box, and all you have to do is do whatever maintenance for the company, and that's all you need to do, and you don't need to invest in your business. That's bull hockey. What company doesn't invest in personal development to get better at different skills? Stop believing that the top people in your company know exactly what they're talking about everything. Why would we put that on them? They don't know. Why would they know everything? They're not magical unicorns. They just got there first and worked. You're working right now. You didn't get there first. So maybe you're not that golden diamond jubilee person. That doesn't mean you don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't mean that you're not valuable. And that doesn't mean that your brand doesn't matter. It is time. I would love it if you decide this now and you start believing yourself now, so that when 2021 does roll around, it's coming soon, you let go of this coachable nonsense. Yes, I called it nonsense. And really believe the strength in who you are and bring yourself to the table. Because if you want to grow your network marketing business in this century, it's time to let go of some of those old, antiquated, and frankly, demeaning ways of believing and really stand in your strength. Now, does that mean that coachable is a bad word? It's not a bad word, but if you use it that way, it is. Being coachable should mean I'm someone who's open to hearing and learning, and then I take that and filter it through what I know to be true and then go forth. And if I choose to do something slightly different from what you do, it doesn't mean that I'm not coachable. Stop talking bad about me. Oh, she's not coachable. No, it means that I've made these decisions for my business. Don't expect your upline or your or corporate to keep in mind or remember why you joined this business, because they're not, because they're busy remembering why they joined this or started this business, and that's okay. It is on you to stand firm in those decisions about why you joined the business, modify them if you need to, but really remember that. So when things come your way, you don't feel guilt for not doing them. You don't do them because you feel pressured. You make decisions for your business. You are the CEO. Okay, I'm gonna leave you be. And maybe you heard this and it got you just riled up and mad. You know what? That makes me happy, because at least that means you're thinking about it. Maybe you're like, preach on, sister. That's awesome too. I'd love to hear feedback in any direction, even if it's a thumbs down direction on this. And I hope that you take the time to really think about how you're allowing the word coachable to hurt your business, and start making it less powerful. Take the power out of that word and take back control of your business, because I know that whatever goal you want to reach, you can. If you get rid of some of these nonsensical things. I like that word, nonsensical. It's kind of like a Dr. Seuss word, I digress, that are out there. All right, we'll be right back with your behind the scenes. So I didn't do a mindset moment because I feel like the whole episode was a mindset shift for sure. And I do want to encourage you, quick tech tip. If you're not using Canva, I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. If you're not using Canva on the computer, you need to start. And I do want to encourage you. You heard earlier that I am coming out with, or it is available right now, the 2021 engagement templates. They are built out of Canva. So another reason to get Canva. But what it allows you to do is have some great prompts and things that you can start engagement. There's times you're like, I really don't know what I want to post right now, but I know I need to post something. So let's not waste that post. It's full of posts that are going to help you throughout 2021 to garnish engagement, to get people going. But also what I love about them is they're branded. So you're going to have great images, and you can tweak those images as well too. That's the beauty of a Canva template. So definitely check that out. It's at socialstoriesmembership.com/2021. Okay, behind the scenes, a couple things. Believe it or not, I just finished watching the entire series of Glee. Not for the first time. I watched Glee when it was coming up. Like I watched Glee when it was on. But I do now watch it, and I'm like, I missed all those episodes. There was a season in there that I missed. And I think part of it was when they brought in the new cast, I was not so great on it. But when you watch it all together, like I have it, don't worry, I didn't do it. Like it's been months. It all came together. I really, really, music and all those things I love dearly. And I was inquiring all those things. So maybe it's partly that, but just like the goodness in life. And it just, I don't know, if you haven't like grabbed an old nostalgic show that you kind of you did watch completely, I say pop it in. I'm like, thank you, Netflix, for that. And I'm probably going to hop on. They just brought back John's Creek. I was like, oh Lord, I guess I'll be watching another one, but then the Crown's back too. Anyhow, I digress. But what I loved as it ended, there was a quote, and it was like, I'm going to say it wrong, but it was basically, it's basically show the world or live your life in the world you want. It should be, not the way the world is. And I, like I said, I butchered that, but it just made me really think. I'm like, wow, how poignant is it right now? Like live life, or appreciate life as it should be. See the life as it should be, not as it is. And I'm like, oh, because we can all admit that 2020 is probably not how we thought it should be. I'm going to say this, and it's not to diminish anyone's anything. So please, my goal is not to be tone deaf in this. But last week, we made the decision to not go home to see my family for Thanksgiving. And y'all, it hurt. Making that decision hurt. And I know a lot of people are going through that, or they're just happy to be able to make that choice. So I am appreciative that I have family to go see. And we were going to drive California to Arizona, but just seeing everything that was going on, I thought to myself, I can't. When we're recording this is the 19th of November. So this would have been the week before. It was actually, the last week is when I made that decision. And it was just like, it just bummed me out. And it's funny because there's a lot of things that can bum you out about 2020, wouldn't you say? I stay on the keep keep some in Dory's side, but realizing I was not going to see my family. And then also the why, right? Um, I don't want to be the person that gets my family sick. And some of my family members are high risk. And how would I feel if they got sick because of me? The risk just wasn't worth it to me. But golly, just thinking I'm not going to see them, it hurt a lot. So, and I talked to my sisters about it first, and then I called my dad and talked to my mom. But it was interesting because my dad, when I was like, I gotta let him know, he was feeling fine with it. I was like, Dad, I've been agonizing, and he was just like, I get it, it's okay, Roxanne, no problem. But it like I know that people all around the world are well, not everyone has Thanksgiving, all around the country dealing with that decision. And it's a hard one. And it's my hope that this time next year, we don't have to make decisions like that. That the art of going home to see your family for the holidays or being with or having a Friendsgiving is just a given, not something that we have to weigh the what ifs. I don't believe in living my life in fear, so I want you to know that. But there is a time, the risk reward, and I just felt like if something happened to them, I would feel like, gosh, Roxanne, I was thinking about myself as opposed to thinking about them. So there's that decision and made it. I also mentioned that my gym opened for 10 days. It's closed again now. Yeah. So that's the life we live in California. But I did go to the gym twice, and we worked out on the rooftop. Went to dance class on the rooftop, and it felt good to be back there. And now it's closed again. And we knew, like, that on the last day, as my friend and I, Tana, were like, we'll probably get one more class on Tuesday, and then it's going to be closed again. We didn't. It closed down on Monday. It's a time. It's a time, isn't it? And we all, I mean, like I said, we just kind of have to survive and lean on each other and support each other. So we'll do a Zoom Thanksgiving with Scott's family and with my family, and that will just have to be enough. And it is enough. I mean, it is. It has to be. But I look forward to the time when we don't have to deal with this again. I guess this is what hashtag living in a pandemic is. I guess. It's my first one. Alas, y'all, I hope that something you heard on this podcast has helped you today. And I hope that you remember very, very important words. But before I say that, happy Thanksgiving. You're listening to this, it's Wednesday, so Thanksgiving will be the next day. But you better believe that between my Zoom Thanksgivings, I'm saying my thanks for you. I am so thankful for you taking a moment to even listen to this podcast, for you listening to it religiously, for you commenting, sharing, all those things, subscribing. Thank you. Thank you, because it really is a daily thing. I'm thankful for you on the daily, if not more, for just being able to impart something, maybe wisdom, whatever you want to call it, into your life and really help you be all that you can be. You're not ahead. You're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. And you know this. I, for one, am thankful for you, and I can't wait to see you or hear or talk with you if you're listening next week on RoxTalks. Take care.